podcast, it was like, Tom, we shouldn't talk because we're going to burn all of our good conversation.
All right. Well, yes. Yeah, we don't talk anymore. Welcome Facebook Live, and we are about to get started, so let's do it. And there you go. Welcome back, Universe, to Off the Rails with Tom and Mark, episode 42, our first ever 42nd episode.
Coming to you live from Coldwell Banker Home Sale Realty Studios here at the North Shore Academy of the Arts in Grafton, Wisconsin.
And we're here with our very special guest, Kevin Messerschmidt. Kevin, tell us real quickly what you do a little bit.
Sometimes I'm not sure what I do, but my technical profession is that of a coach. So I'm a life and strategic coach for business and other fun things like that.
Awesome. All right, so we're going to get on with that. We got a couple awesome stories coming up. Let's get to some announcements really quick. Molly, I don't have my reeds. You know where they came from? We're a little disheveled from going back into the studio.
I didn't touch them.
Okay, I'll have to wing it. So we just got done with Listener Appreciation Day.
Yay.
I didn't think I meant to invite you. Sorry about that. That was last Saturday.
Got lost in the mail.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
It'll be there soon.
So I was not appreciated. So take that, Facebook. You're not appreciated if you're not watching right
People
now.
don't like to be appreciated. We found out.
Well, the weather kind of turned on us, so yeah, it was a small, intimate event.
Nice.
But we had 3 comedians.
Yeah, all comedians all went up
All
on
the
stage.
foods you
The
could.
band
Band
Sliver
played.
went up. They rocked the house, even though it was an empty room. They were giving it like there was
Wasn't
no
that empty,
tomorrow.
but
We had a decent enough crowd, but I know you and I were both hoping for more people.
I didn't know if I should cook food for 50 people or 500 people. And then it's tough to do events in the middle of summer. Everybody's just got stuff going on.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, beautiful summer day. It's hard
So
to get
next
people
time we
out.
do it, there'll be 4 hot dogs.
4 hot dogs. It will
That's
be
it.
the dead of winter when nobody wants to leave the house. But yeah, it was a really good time. And the next day, they found a dead guy at Jackson Park, believe it or not.
Yeah, I heard about that.
That's
Yeah.
not good.
They haven't
I didn't think the event went that poorly.
You're killing them. You guys are really killing them out
We
there.
nailed it. Oh, wait, we can give you one of those. So, yeah, Patreon. Molly, how we doing on the Patreon?
We got 2.
Well, I meant the stuff you're starting to give away now.
What's available on Patreon for our
you've been working on it.
benefactors?
I said don't talk to me. I don't have a mic.
Well, that can change really quick.
Wow, it's right here. There you go. Anyway, thank you to our Patreons. We have updated it. Molly?
We're doing early releases on content, and I think we're working on getting some
Merchandise. Merch. I got a guy on the horn already
Yeah.
for his shirts
I know. T-shirts,
and
mugs.
hats.
Yeah, we need some more mugs like that.
Yep. So go on Patreon, and we haven't decided what we're giving for what amounts yet, but we're working on that. We have a merchandise guy. And first of all, thank you, Sliver. Let's give them a special shout-out for the band. Yeah, Sliver, we had a really awesome rock band there, and they have the White Trash Bash going on August 25th.
And as soon as they met us, they said, we got to be there.
Yep. So we're going to be doing the Sliver White Trash Bash. Go to their Facebook page, Sliver Rocks, on Facebook, and we'll be doing some white trash trivia contests there.
I should give them an old copy of a song that we did in a band I was in called White Trash Girl. It could go perfect for them.
That'll be okay.
We'll have to hook them up with the guy that wrote that song, and they can maybe start using it.
We can interview him. It'd be great.
All right. All right. So go to their Facebook page, say you're going to the event, like them, and sign up for our trivia contest. I got all kinds of awesome questions. We got first prize, bottle of Jack, and $1 million. I got a $1 million bill.
Nice.
Second prize, I bought a set of truck nuts.
Everybody wants truck nuts.
Where does one acquire truck nuts?
Amazon.com. Go to our website and go to our webpage, www.offtherailstm.com. Click, if you don't win the trivia contest but still want truck nuts, click on our banner and then shop like normal, and we get a kickback.
Be honest, though. Do you ever feel uncomfortable when you're following a car that has truck nuts? do you find
your
yourself,
Messerschmitt cars.
do you find yourself looking at the truck nuts a lot?
Yeah, I'm distracted.
Well, it's like the sun. You don't want to look at it.
Right.
You don't want to stare at it like the sun. But yeah, swinging truck nuts on a Messerschmitt car you were talking about?
Yeah.
That would be Excellent.
That would be something to see.
Yeah,
They might be bigger than the car.
That would be.
depending on the nuts. All right.
Carrie Kirchner says, hi, everyone, on Facebook.
Hey, Carrie.
Hello.
All right. See, we interact.
I'm trying.
There we go. I literally had to take the computer and put it in front of Mark's face.
And I'm still going to do a lousy job. A for effort.
All right. So we have now been accepted by iTunes, so we're going to have iTunes stuff, but we don't know what we want to sell on there. Do you have something that you sell on iTunes at all, or no?
I sell nothing.
I was
On
on your
iTunes.
webpage. Okay, on your
iTunes.
website. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, crap. I forgot to bring your website up. But anyways, website's getting worked on, too. Molly, that's where you talk again. You're hooked up with a dude getting a better website?
You didn't tell me you were going to ask me to talk so much. Yeah, one of the gentlemen from Sliver is wanting to work on our website and revamp it. And
I believe I said, where do you want me to set up your mic stand?
I said,
I don't mind.
don't talk to me today because I don't want to mess with it.
Okay, well, let's get to some local events here. What's going on next weekend? Should we do this weekend? I believe it's Festa Italiana's going on.
It's Festa. It's also gallery night. Susan is over in the Third Ward right now. But by the time this airs, that'll all be over.
Well, it's a Facebook Live, dude.
Oh, yeah, Facebook Live. Head down to the Third Ward for last night and this afternoon, or gallery night.
Gallery night?
Susan's in the Marshall building with her friend Paula and Adrian, who's been on the show. Adrian's back in
that's
town.
why you're not doing Festa this year?
Yeah, because I'm watching the kid, basically, while Susan is down
Way to
there.
go,
My grandparents are watching her right now. But then for the rest of the day and last night was all me.
Okay. How old are the grandparents?
Not that old.
Okay.
Under 70,
All right.
both of them.
They can still handle it. They're
Oh,
still
yeah,
with it.
it's their first grandkid. They are all on board.
Oh, cool.
They're
Well, then-
all in.
Yeah.
That's how it goes. Molly's parents are dying for a kid. Ain't gonna happen. Court order vasectomy over here, dude.
Molly, how many siblings do you have, Molly?
3.
Are you the oldest?
No, second oldest.
Okay. Well, what's the oldest excuse?
She's mentally disabled, dude. You just walked right
okay.
into that.
I don't know where I don't know where she fit in the
Mark
family.
always does that, by the way. I'm
Yeah.
only laughing at that
I
because
asked Ian, a friend of ours, what he was doing for Father's Day. He's like, my dad's dead. And I'm like,
his dad died when he was like 8 years old. So Mark on air always just asks, like, he walks into a buzzsaw without knowing it all the time. So what's up with is your sister ugly?
I didn't say anything like that. I've met her. She's
Nobody
a lovely
wants-
woman.
Okay. So, yeah, let's do that. No Festa, but I love the food at Festa, even though I get a hair in it every time.
A hair?
Yeah.
A big one or a little one?
You kind of just throw it away and hope.
You just don't just pull it and it keeps on coming or
Yeah.
something like that?
And it's curly because it's Italian.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we went. Molly thought it was really funny because last time I was at Festa with her, every food I got a hair in it. And it got to the point where one of our friends gave me their food that she was half done eating, and the first thing I got was a bite of hair.
Oh, no.
I'm like, I'm done.
Were those all from the same stand, or do you go to multiple
It was
stands?
all day, throughout the day. It was a running
So
joke.
that's your thing. You're like the hair guy.
I eat hair.
You eat hair.
I eat hair.
It's good protein.
We might have to make that, like, instead of the jar for money, maybe he has to just eat hair.
Ooh, we can fill it with squiggly hairs.
For
Yes,
100
like-
Facebook likes, I will go to a barber shop and eat a bag of hair.
Oh, define bag.
Oh, yeah.
You show up with a little Ziploc bag.
Yeah. I was trying to make a drug dealer joke, but it didn't come together fast enough with the Ziploc bag.
A dime bag of
A
hair.
dime bag of hair. I'll eat a dime bag of hair. That's why we got Mark here. Okay, Washington County Fair is going on next weekend, so if you like Summerfest prices and not the fun, go to Washington County Fair. I'm not a big fan of that place, but
Ozaki County Fair is coming up pretty soon, and
And
that, sir, is worth every penny.
because it is free and you can bring in your own stuff.
Really? I've
Yeah.
never tried bringing my own stuff, but we usually go in there, walk it.
That cooler you
Once or
brought,
twice.
you can fill it with beer and just go in there
I suppose, yeah.
At a
There's
county
no one
fair?
to check
at
it.
the county fair.
No kidding. Walworth County Fair, no alcohol, period.
Can't even buy it?
No.
Who's the guy that ruined it, I wonder?
Yeah.
It's been there. It's been like that forever.
And this thing makes money?
It makes money. It's one of the biggest. And yet, yeah.
Walworth?
Yeah.
Are you from out that way?
Yeah, I grew up in East Troy for 46 years.
Oh, do you know Chris Klein?
Chris Klein, I should know Chris Klein.
Yeah, my uncle and grandpa and grandparents live out there.
Oh, wow, that's great.
So
All three of them named Chris?
No, just about everybody in my family's named Andy. So, all right, yeah, Collective Soul is going to be at the Washington County Fair on Saturday.
Cool.
So that'll be a lot of fun. But what's going to be at the fairgrounds, the Summerfest grounds? Right there, Mark.
German Fest?
German Fest.
Spitze.
Oh.
And so get ready for German Fest. Did you know that the Germans actually won the World Wars? We just don't know it or accept it.
I'm interested.
Okay.
I'm surrounded
Think about
by
all
Germans.
the German town names we got. We got Germantown. We have
Wow, that was you are
Berlin.
You did your research, sir.
New Berlin.
All right.
Not only do we celebrate German Fest, we celebrate Second German Fest in Oktoberfest.
We got more Native American names here, though. I would almost think maybe they won the French and Indian War.
Okay. We'll take that, but what's America's food? Hot dog, sausage,
It's a hamburger.
the hamburger from Hamburg, Germany. All American cuisine is actually German cuisine. They just like, oh, we're going to lose the war, so we'll just take them over from the inside. They diseased us.
They diseased us.
We are
Well,
infected.
I didn't want to tell you, but I'm one of the diseases.
You're a German?
Messerschmidt is a German World War II fighter plane.
Westenberger, Klein, Messerschmidt, and we got a Polak here. Go take his chair.
It's my chair.
Not anymore.
It's the most comfortable one here, I can tell.
Oh, Mark, we're going to need you on this.
Ooh.
Okay. Can a kangaroo jump higher than a house?
You want me to read that?
In German. Not in German, but your accent.
Don Einhauser kann...
Not in German.
I don't know how to say jump.
A German accent. It's written right.
okay.
I was impressed.
Yeah, because a house can't jump.
All right.
Tom has a list of German questions here, and it looks like it's then written in German below. So I'm guessing these are things that
German jokes.
that are funny in German but don't translate.
Okay, you got to read the patient.
Okay. Doctor, I have a bowel movement every morning at 7,
Great. That seems great.
but I woke up at 7:30. There is German in my blood. My dad's Polish, but my mom is German and Irish, so I'm not
spent
being
so much
racist.
time owning Poland that we eventually had sex there, so.
Well, ironically, I've told us on the podcast a million times, so I won't say it again. But yeah, my family came from German-occupied Poland, so they're technically German.
How many countries occupied, Poland at one time?
There wasn't a Poland for like 200 years.
Yeah,
I did not know that.
you did not. I got to
It was after World War I that they said, let's make a Poland. And then 10 years later, it was invaded, and there was no more Poland again.
Belgium technically has the most wars ever fought on it on European soil.
Really?
Yep.
How do you guys know all this stuff?
TV.
History
went to-
Channel.
I'm blown away with your knowledge of things that I have no clue about.
Yeah. Well, there's some college books up there if you want to take a look. Take one home. You can rent it out. Put your name up. Put it on your board.
Nice.
Next to your name up there. German Fest. If you want to warm up for Oktoberfest, go
Yeah,
check
get
it
a
out.
pint
next
of
weekend.
lager. It'll be great.
Students get in for $7 for all you college students out there. So, pint of lager. We'll skip the German jokes. They get
Yeah.
they get enough from us.
Well, and that's the kind of thing where you'd have to note my German isn't good enough to be able to actually try to translate the German and point out the flaws.
That's why I had it written.
Well, yeah, but I'm sure that was a streamlined translation.
All right. Well, want to do a story?
Yeah, let's do
Current
it.
event.
I love hearing stories.
All right, Molly. This story is for you. Did you hear about the Brazilian butt doctor? I'm gonna
Why
find
is that for me?
because hold on.
You're in trouble, dude.
Is your family from Brazil? Westenberger? Yeah, my family went to Brazil
I've
after
seen
the
her
war. I
naked.
mean,
I've seen Molly naked. There is nothing Brazilian going on there.
Wow.
Now I'm in trouble.
You might not be seeing her naked again.
yeah.
Okay.
Ever.
Brazilian plastic surgeon Dr. Bum Bum, that's his whatever name. Patient dies after following a butt enhancement surgery. Molly, people pay money to have your butt.
Oh. Well,
How flattering. Oh, because they're round, you see.
Yeah, flat butt joke. We got it. So they're willing to have your butt.
Well, I think it's more of like a Kim Kardashian style butt,
Yeah.
which is the obscene kind of stereotypical oversized posterior.
Well, how bad do you have to botch a butt surgery that the person dies?
Well, you're a medical guy. Are there some arteries down there in the gluteus maximus?
All over, but this was from accelerated heart rate and a heart attack afterwards.
Okay.
See, this guy, he is licensed only in certain parts of Brazil, and he was in a part he's not supposed to be, so he was doing it kind of shady-like, and he's, like, wanting to get it done instead of going over medical history and making sure everybody's safe.
Wow.
So then this chick, after she got her new butt, went to the hospital, and they're like, whoa, your heart's going really crazy. What did he give you for anesthesia and stuff?
So it's a medication thing.
So, she can't, she doesn't have the records because it was, like, off the record.
It was in a dark alley somewhere.
Yeah, it was on his couch. One day you're going to pass out and wake up with just this beautiful new ass, dude.
I have a pretty round butt.
Wait till you see what I can do with that canvas.
Could you ever imagine, though, when you were a kid, would you ever thought that your death, the way you're going to die, is because you were trying to enhance your butt?
Wow.
Just, I mean, that wouldn't have
Well, I can think of
cross
dying
your
for
mind.
enhancing other parts of my body.
The gypsy was right.
I didn't know what that meant when she said that, but
Your butt will be the death of your...
and when you're buried, are you buried ass up or you? Whoops, sorry.
Yeah, you can say ass. You can
Oh,
swear
ass,
all you want.
ass. Yeah,
Ass.
was she
We're
buried
good.
ass up or down? That's
Isn't that where ass out of the ground, so they got a spot to park their bike?
oh
We got one there.
yes.
All right, thank you, Patch Adams. So, yeah, he was on the run for a while, too. But they caught him. There's a lot of places to hide in Brazil.
That's crazy.
Well, Brazil's huge.
Humongous.
I was watching a thing on it, like the majority of Brazil, like obviously doesn't have roads because it's mostly like the Amazon River and stuff, and there are no bridges crossing the Amazon River anywhere. So all those people who live, like in that whole 3/4 of the country, there's like a tiny amount of them, and they can't get anywhere. They're literally stuck where they are.
Wow, that would suck.
Wow.
Well, it's like a tiny little village or something, but yeah.
There's so many fish in the Amazon that the scientists have stopped trying to fish to discover new fish. They just go to the marketplace and see what people are buying and eating. And they're like,
real.
oh, what is this? And then they tell them, and they're like, I discovered.
This is
Like-
Thomas Clinus Fishes.
Yeah. Oh, can you give me back? I'm actually going to eat that to cause a month's worth of work, dude.
Still paid for it.
So, yeah, they're just going to the markets where they're selling all these fish in the Amazon.
That's crazy. You do watch a lot of TV.
Yeah, it gets crazy. Well, this guy, do you ever see the guy who walked the Nile River, the show?
No.
Walk to the Nile,
Or the Amazon, sorry.
the Amazon.
You saw that one?
No.
Where he had to take certain routes to get away from drug people that were going to kill him if they saw him and stuff?
Oh yeah, I could believe that.
It was the British guy who always loses a tooth like 3 days in. He does everything naked.
Bear Grylls?
No.
No, the other British guy who
The other British guy.
Not the Fisher guy.
No. No.
not the monster fish guy.
Well, that's where he found out about all the... That's the show I learned it on, where he
Okay.
goes to these markets. But, yeah, he had to, like, only travel certain places, and there were all these drugs going on.
All these known areas where they grow drugs.
Yeah. All you got to do is be white in the wrong area, man.
Wow.
They were going to shoot you.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of places where just being in the wrong area is enough to get you killed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's do a story about a woman who dodged, how much do you think it cost her? 1,645 tolls.
Wait, the story just says driver. It doesn't
Driver.
say woman.
It-
Oh, the very first line, a
that was
woman.
a-
who
that
died.
the
was an
very
assumption.
first
Tom
two
pre-read.
words, it says a woman. Okay.
Well, Molly, there's a 50-50 shot it's a woman, so it's a flip of the coin.
Well, now we're getting political.
And really, we don't
Right?
want to adhere to your gender that you're putting on this person.
She was just texting away and missing the tolls.
In German, you would say sie, which means she, and that would be formal for any person. So if I wanted to be formal with you, Kevin, I would call you she. It's a
Wow.
weird quirk of the German language.
That's pretty amazing.
In
That's
old
interesting.
written language, you should have referred to everybody as sir, even a woman.
Really?
Yep. Dear sir. And then they switch to dear sir or madam.
When I woke up this morning, I had no idea I was going to learn so much.
Yeah. Thanks for listening
This
to
is
the other
amazing.
podcasts. we got random knowledge all over the place here. So
All of it useless.
Yeah.
let's do that once. How much do you think she ended up paying for 1,600? 45 totals.
I'm going to go with $12,499.
You saw it.
No, really? Am I that close?
500.
And you didn't go over.
I didn't want to go over, you know.
Price is right. No.
$11.49.99.
Mark wins.
$1.
Oh, wait, we give you one of them.
I would have thought it would have been a lot more. I was just going to
Well, they
tack 2 zeros onto the number of
Did
fines.
she actually pay it?
They said she was originally said to owe 92,000,
Oh.
but instead she will pay 10,100 in restitution and a $200 or $2,500 fine and 200 hours of community service.
Well, if you turn yourself in for this kind of stuff, the court will... Oh, you think she could say, can I get points taken off my license instead?
Didn't show up the court. They just dropped that big of a
Community
fine.
service. Can I just go
Yeah.
pick up garbage?
Yeah.
And 2 years of probation.
Oh, 2 years of probation too.
Yeah.
Well, as soon as you start hitting a number like 92,000, you just gotta say, okay, what do I have to do to not go to jail?
I don't have that money.
Yeah, right.
You send me to jail, you're still not getting that money, so let's work this
She
out.
had to have been doing it on purpose, I would think. Like,
Well, there's a
You can't-
lane, like a fast pass lane. They
Oh,
take
it was
your
like
pictures.
an iPass thing, and she was just blowing through it every time?
Yeah,
You would think like she would at least put tape over her license plate just if she's going to do it anyway.
yeah. Maybe she did. Well, wave to her next time. She'll be in the suit with the stick picking up garbage.
Perfect.
So, all right. Should we get on with the interview, or you want to do another story? I know Molly's interested in this. Wait.
Huh?
Mark's going to like this one. Mark, you got your Russian accent ready?
Sure. Do I have to do
Okay.
reading?
Wait a minute. I don't think so. Oh, I love how
Ads.
Ads.
They're great.
this thing has been up.
Oh,
for
yeah, I
years.
heard about her.
You heard about her? You just saw her picture and you... Wait a minute. How did you hear about her?
She was on the news
Okay.
because she's like a Russian spy or something?
And her weapon is sex.
what?
Her weapon is sex?
I didn't know
Russian
that she
spy
killed anybody.
armed with sex. Well, she didn't kill anybody. That's
Yeah,
how
I mean, I want to know how her weapon is sex.
because she was trying to get information. That's what spies do, and she was offering herself for information.
Seems fair.
I got no problem with that.
All
Okay.
parties consent. What's the problem?
That's a really good picture. The other picture of her, like over here,
So she's a hooker spy?
she
No,
went-
she, well,
She's
I
a
hate to
Russian
tell it to
hooker
this,
spy.
you Molly, but any woman you look up historically who was a spy was peddling her own body for. She was cashing in her body for intel on the enemy or whoever it
Wow,
was.
I really think you're going to get a lot of hate mail for that.
That's just how it was. Men are big dumb animals that women can easily manipulate. There, I said it.
Is that fit in the category of politics?
No, we're
No,
good.
'cause that's
All right,
history.
we're good.
That's history.
We're not going to talk about like politicians nowadays or any more
Oh,
hot
I
button
got you.
issues.
Yeah. So the 29-year-old gun rights activist has been accused of being covert agent using sex and deception to infiltrate U.S. political groups.
Yeah, what's the problem?
So you let me in and we make fuck.
You let me in, I let you in.
There you go.
Can I join club?
It's a win-win.
I have boobs.
So
Well,
you
I
imagine-
don't know much about it. I just saw the headlines and I saw her picture. But it's like, so was this? She was here in America,
yeah, she went to school in America,
and she joined.
but that was
and
supposed to be a facade.
It said she joined the NRA.
Yeah.
So she was getting information on the NRA.
To infiltrate, she was infiltrating it. Which I don't know what.
Well, the NRA is just a lobbyist association. So, I mean, anyone. And it's a club, so anyone can join who they will let join. So it sounds, I don't know, just knee jerk
Russia
reaction.
wants her back, and there's
Well, yeah.
a whole campaign about freeing this woman.
I just question what valuable information does the NRA have?
That's a good question. Well,
But we're getting into politics.
I'm trying to tiptoe around it. I have another very political one here that we can. You guys like tiptoes?
Let's tiptoe.
Okay, how about this?
Why would you even pull up a political one?
Hold on. Right here. Americans can legally download 3D printed guns starting next month.
What?
Well, you still need the firing pin.
Do you?
I read a story a few years ago about 3D printing and all the things you can make, and you can make the gun, but at that time you would need a metal barrel and you would need a firing pin.
See, I think these might be one-use guns right here.
Okay.
It's already been downloaded a million times.
Well, I mean, they say it's legal now. You've been able to do it for a long time. So if someone wants one, they could already have one.
Agreed.
We could legally make a one-shot gun out of just the tubing and equipment we have.
Yeah, if we had a mill shop and stuff, we could just make it from scratch.
My question is, do you want to be the guy behind a plastic gun that pulls the trigger?
No.
Oh, that's kind of rough.
You know what I'm saying? Like, do you want to pull that trigger? I don't want to pull the trigger.
Molly, shoot this guy.
Yeah. Like, hey, this is yours. You do this one.
He's got information, Molly. You either shoot him or have sex with him. Here's your plastic gun.
Concerns with not being able to trace, like, with no serial number or no.
Well, someone who's a felon who can't legally have a gun, could, instead of acquiring one through a straw buyer, they could just theoretically print one off if they wanted to go rob a bank.
Right, and then throw it away, and there's no way to trace it.
But doesn't that sound like a heck of a lot more work than just go grabbing somebody else's gun, robbing a house, shooting somebody, and somebody else is in trouble for their gun being registered?
It sure does. But
I'd be more scared of a guy drawing a bow back on me than pulling up a plastic toy gun.
Yeah, like, wouldn't you laugh? Like, ha, 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 plastic gun.
Yeah.
I have watched many videos on archery, and how long can you hold that bow?
There's like
at
80-90% let off now, so you're
Yeah.
instead of holding 70 pounds, or you only need like 30 pounds to kill it, you're
you
holding
try
3.
to draw my bow and hold it for once. It's easy.
I want to know how long it was.
How long they were holding it?
Yeah, like how long could they?
I watched this YouTube channel about this history guy, and he always points out the flaws in movies. And there's a scene in Game of Thrones where a character is holding someone at arrow point.
Well, that's a recurve. That's no let
Well,
off.
it's also
That's
a medieval bow, so it's also like a 100-pound
the
bow.
more you pull it back,
Yeah,
the
that's
harder
And she
it
held it for over 90 seconds, and he joked that she would have to be the strongest person on the planet
That's
just
true.
to do that.
You would have to
But that was the drama of the scene. It was like at
hook it
gunpoint.
to a tree branch and just lean into it
Yeah.
to keep it.
But that was his point. Is that like a real bow, you can't hold it back that long. I don't know about modern recurve bows and whatnot. But
It's not a recurve, it's the compound with the pulleys that
bows.
flip
But
over and
even
you're holding
pulling-
nothing.
anything
pulling
that's
those back,
300
you gotta
years
hold
or
it.
less, I don't know anything about it.
So now we have like a timeline. I got this. So far, I've been impressed.
I'm the ancient history guy.
All right.
Yeah. So why would it be illegal?
Well, like I said, like if you're a convicted felon, you can't have a gun. Now, how would they regulate you?
Well,
from
what
just
about
printing
those
one
shark
off?
sticks? You know those? Shark defense sticks?
Where do you see those in stores?
You can get those in stores.
Walmart.
Can you get one on Amazon?
I'm sure any coastal area has shark defense stick. It's a
What
shotgun shell at the end of a stick, and if you just poke it and it blasts the shark one shot.
No kidding.
Yeah.
But
Is
how
that a
would-
firearm? Well, it's one. Well, I guess it's more than one use if you got more than one shell, but
I would assume it is a
Yeah.
firearm, but if you say it's available on and it's clearly not regulated.
it can't be. I mean, the shark just blast them. They have digging equipment with shotgun shells.
Does it hurt
Yes.
the shark? I mean,
Well-
does it scare him or kill it?
No, it blasts
You
their
can get
face
nail
apart at
guns
point
that
blank.
use
Yeah.
cartridges to put nails into concrete.
Yeah.
So you can get blasting caps and stuff like that.
We can make some guns.
Yeah, those.
We're not
blast-
going to.
We're
Government.
not going to. No.
No. I'm lazy. I'll buy my guns legally.
I
Thank you.
have guns legally, so we're good.
Tom's a hunter.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
About to go bear hunting. Foz just went and dropped off the bear bait.
Yeah.
To our
You
bear
just
guy.
lost 50% of your viewership.
We've talked about this on many occasions.
Yeah.
I am unimpressed with bear hunting
Why?
because I think you two should be tracking this thing like romping through the woods.
Romping through the
No, you're
woods
just going to sit in a
tracking
tree
bear.
stand and wait for the bear to come along looking for a free lunch.
That's how you hunt deer.
Would you romp around
I also
the
think
woods
deer
looking
hunting
for a
is not
bear
as cool as it sounds once you
So,
start to
so
learn
you
about
kind
it.
of want to like even the playing field. Like they go out,
Yeah.
bear goes out on the other end, and the person that comes out or bear that comes out wins.
When I think
You
of
want it to be
hunting,
like Thunderdome.
I think of that scene in Jurassic Park when in the first one, when he goes hunting the velociraptors and they're hunting him at the same time.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
fair. That's what hunting should be.
We
Mark
would get rid of a
wants-
lot of stupid
He wants
people
us to
that
die.
way.
All
I want it to be
I will
sporting.
go in a ring if the bear has boxing gloves on.
Just think,
and
there
I get
you
a
are.
knife in my teeth.
You
Like
got the
Ram-
gun pointed at the deer, and then another deer head just comes out right here. Your heart would be racing.
I retire from hunting. Thanks, Mark.
You just ruined it for everyone.
Oh, there's a whole bunch of comments I've been missing.
Oh, way to go, Mark. What are we missing here?
We should have a chugging contest and things like that.
Okay. Excellent. All right. Well, we are here with Kevin Messerschmidt.
I'm the only one drinking, for the record.
Yeah, I'm having some water today. It is hot in here. So, would you like to get on with the interview?
Hey, I'm having fun.
Let's quit thinking around.
I'm just a witness to this whole thing.
All right. We talked about the Toll Dodger. All right.
I'm scared what you're going to ask me, so I just avoid the subject.
What is your bank account number?
Yeah.
Let's start with your social security now. So let's start at the top.
Oh, I missed a thing for. I have a Shark Week story too.
Oh, okay.
Never mind.
No,
We
you
were
got
just
to
talking about Shark.
do Shark Week first.
We can do that for the bonus.
We'll do that. We'll tease Shark Week. Shark
Okay.
Week in the bonus.
So let's start at the top, the obvious question. What is a life coach?
Ah, that's a great question.
There we go.
You know what? Let me ask you a question back. What do you, when you hear the term life coach, and you got to be straight up and honest, what do you think?
I think of the motivational speaker who goes around to high schools and whoops up the kids.
Oh, woohoo! Come on.
Yeah.
kids. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I think of. That's what I first pictured.
Okay, great. How about you, Tom?
I think oh man, you don't want to hear this.
I want to hear it all.
Okay, what do I think of a life coach? A psychologist that couldn't pass his college?
Awesome. I love it. Yeah.
Like, oh, damn, those classes are hard, and I got to go every day.
Right.
Fuck it, I'll be a life coach.
Like a dentist and a doctor.
Yeah, like I love that. Fuck it, I'll be a life coach.
Yeah.
I can't do nothing else. Fuck it, I'm just gonna be a life coach.
Yeah.
I'll get some sucker out there who'll believe me. Yeah, I like it. All right.
Okay.
Molly,
Oh, boy.
Oh, I don't even know.
She's not good under pressure.
No.
I like pressuring her. Come on.
I'm going back over there where I don't have a mic.
No, we like you here.
I don't know. I would just say probably someone who goes around and gives, is it motivational speeches, or do you do more one-on-one? I don't know.
All right. Yeah. So really, to be quite honest with you, I didn't know what the hell a life coach was either.
All right.
But my whole career, I've been helping, training, teaching people, and I have a knack for calling out people's bullshit. Okay. So really, if
This isn't going to go well.
so really,
Telling people what to do and calling, are you my girlfriend? Are we married?
possibly. but no, seriously, it just comes back to a coach is nobody. I don't give anybody advice. There's no advice when you're working with me.
Okay.
I don't know everything about life. I am fucked up just like I did.
You
it
can
again.
swear. It's
All right.
fine.
Thank you.
worry.
I'm just as screwed up as everybody else. All right. But there are certain things that I'm really good at, and one of them is calling people out on their bullshit. The other is helping people get clear on what they want and then holding them accountable to getting there. So one of the things that I found interesting is you talked about like psychiatrists and coaching and a therapist, two completely different things.
Okay.
And a lot of people, put them together
one of
and
my
think they are
questions.
kind of the same things. They're completely different. One of the easy ways to describe it is a lot of times therapists meet you where you are and they go back and they look at, things in your past to help you heal the past, right? Why things happen. What I do as a coach is I meet you where you are and I help you take steps forward.
Okay.
From where you are to where you want to go. And then my job is kind of to look for the blind spots that you're not seeing and call you out on the stuff. And when you're not taking care of yourself and doing the things that you say you're going to do, call you out on that as well.
Okay.
And hold you accountable to it.
So, what type of credentials do you have to get for?
To be honest, there's zero credentials for any coaching. There's the PCBA, which is Professional Coaches Alliance. There's that kind of stuff that's out there. But you can get certifications and you can go out. So I've got several certifications and different things that I do. I've got a lot of life experience. But what I can also tell you about being a coach is that once you're in, you're part of, you want to grow. So you're always learning. You're always looking at new techniques. You want to help people more than they want to help themselves on many occasions. So you're just really getting deep. And if you can find a way to help them, you're going to learn about it. You're going to research it. You're going to try and help them move forward.
Okay. Do you ever life coach a life coach?
That's one of my questions because I read something that it says a good life coach always has a life coach.
Always has a coach.
And can we swing that into your past weekend?
Yeah, absolutely.
There we go.
So,
Okay.
so the answer is absolutely yes. I don't know any good coach that doesn't have a coach. I have a coach, and I'm always looking at other coaches to see what they can learn and help me find my blind spots, the areas of my life that aren't where I want them to be. So, a friend of mine who's got a heck of a lot more money than is what they call a platinum partner with Tony Robbins' organization. So just to put that in perspective, not bragging for them, but it's like $75,000 a year to be a platinum partner with Tony Robbins, plus your travel, plus your expenses, all that stuff, just to get to his events and so on and so forth. So they were not using their tickets, and they sent me to a Tony Robbins event. And it was my first one I've been at. I've watched Tony on TV. I've done a lot of his online trainings and that kind of stuff, and I think he's really awesome at what he does, but never experienced him, up close and personal. What's pretty cool is because who they are and their tickets that they have, I was in the spit zone.
Oh,
wow. Literally, I'm telling you, me and you, I was closer to Tony.
Wow.
And he does spit, and he admits he spits, man. The guy's got little white spots all over his shirt half the time. It's flying.
Like a Gallagher show?
It's like you almost bring, it's almost like you want to bring an umbrella, just to protect yourself from the
Is he
flying.
really big, though?
Dude, he's huge. I'm a big guy. I'm like 6'4", 250.
He could bear hunt and impress Mark, probably.
He's a big dude. He's he said he was, I think he's 6'5", 285.
Wow.
And when he was a junior in high school, he was only 5'1".
Whoa.
A late bloomer.
Yeah, he was a late bloomer.
Nice.
So, but it was a pretty interesting experience. So, yeah, Tony Robbins in Chicago, about 10,000 people. And,
Wow.
man, I will tell you, I'll let you ask some questions, but if you're not used to that kind of thing, it was uncomfortable. It was even uncomfortable for me
Really?
in the beginning. Yeah.
What made it uncomfortable?
So,
There you go.
Yeah, what made it uncomfortable? So, Tony Robbins is all about energy.
Yeah.
So, if you've never watched any of his stuff, or even if you have, it almost looks like it's a cult. If you ever watched it, it's like everybody's saying the same thing at the same time, hands going in the air, people jumping. And so you walk in the room and you see 10,000 people at 7:30 in the morning, and it's like a rave party. Wow. It's like an intense party all day, no alcohol, no drugs. It's just people partying. And so when you walk in and you're a little bit like, okay, I'm not that eccentric. These people are jumping, they are dancing, they are screaming, and it's 7:30. And I'm like, what's going to happen by, these sessions go from 9 o'clock till midnight 30.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's the first night we didn't get out of there until 1:30 in the morning after we did a fire walk. And the energy in that room was just absolutely intense. And so you sit there, and if you're a little bit reserved, maybe like I was, and people are going crazy, and you're looking around like, well, I don't want to look like an idiot. And then sooner than later, you start looking around like, I'm the only one not doing this. I am looking like an idiot.
Wow.
By the end of the weekend, you clapped and jumped so much that, my calves were exploding, and literally my hand was bleeding.
Wow.
It cracked and started bleeding from all the times that the guy gets you clapping. And the energy, it's like if somebody else would come up and talk, you just almost wanted to fall asleep because his energy was so high in what he brings to the table. Pretty intense.
So don't follow Tony Robbins.
if you want to be bored, do not. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
so,
wow.
so you did fire walking.
I did fire walking.
Was that was it hard to summon up the strength for that, or?
You know what? It's kind of a psychological mind fuck, if you will,
Yeah.
that they try and get you to go through, because you're sitting there thinking, oh my gosh, I got to walk across hot coals, and what's this going to be like? And, literally they parade you out, literally 10,000 people all walking out to the beat of some massive tribal drums at about 1 o'clock at night. It's pitch black, at the United Center in Chicago, and you're just person to person, so tight. Luckily, I'm tall, so I can see over the crowd. These little short people are like, what's going on? Is there fire up there? Are we going to die? They're all freaking out, and I'm having fun with them, saying, oh my God, that person just got taken away in an ambulance. And,
Yeah, it's the Temple of Doom.
Yeah.
Right.
We're just dropping you into the lava.
Yeah. and so they have this huge wheelbarrow full of coals, and they got hooded people with, for fire protection, sitting there ready to
Guy
protect
covered in
you.
foil next to you. You're up!
Goggles, yeah. Your turn, go. And so you got to get up, and he wanted you to say cold moss, and that was to keep your mind off of it and walk just with normal. And I got to tell you, I walked right across it, didn't feel a thing. And they were glowing coals. Now, don't go do this at home and check it out for yourself. There were some techniques that
There's always going to be medical professionals on
and
hand.
there were some techniques and things that we did, and so on and so forth. But it was really kind of cool. It's the whole idea of the fire walk is to help you prepare to walk through the fires of your life.
Right.
It's if you can psych yourself up enough to get through this, and you can stay calm at the right state of energy, and you can do this, you're going to be able to push yourself and do other things.
Yeah.
So I can't help but notice there's an element of peer pressure in that example. Is that something you would often use to try and help people to break through their own?
No peer pressure. Anybody that didn't
Okay.
want to do it didn't have to do it.
Okay.
But I would say that there is a group consciousness that does happen with the Tony Robbins events, whether it be jumping or the fire walking, where, even meditation, group meditation, they brought in a meditation guru. And I just got to tell you, man, there was so much, not to be woo-woo, but there was so much love energy when that dude was done with the meditation.
Conferences.
It was pretty incredible.
I was uncomfortable at first because everybody was naked.
Yeah, that made me more comfortable. So. But yeah, it was good. It was real good.
Very cool.
Yeah, when you're swinging a 3-wood, you like to be naked. So, yeah, anything else you want to tell us about that? Go ahead before we get back to your stuff.
You know what? I just say if you ever have an experience to do it, just go do it. But if you're going to go, play all out. Like just
all out.
Yeah,
You don't need coffee.
You don't need coffee. You are going to be tired. You're going to be exhausted, and you're going to have a blast.
Let's get down to brass tacks here. Is there free food at this event?
There is no free food. In fact, the irony of the whole thing is Tony's totally about your health. Like
Yeah.
he wants you to be healthy. It's part of the thing. And there was no healthy food on site at all. It was like cheeseburgers and fries all weekend. So
Well, you were burning it off.
yeah, right.
Yeah. So, with your website, what are some of the stereotypes that you have to get over? I know we talked about it a little bit, but ones like people are hesitant to call you. How do you get people that call that are like, I don't know? How do you convince them that this is probably good for you?
Honestly, the best way I've learned to convince people is just to show them. I offer everybody, if you go to my website, I offer everybody that wants to try it a free 2-hour session.
Yeah.
And when I do that, I just serve. It's not about selling you. It's not a sales pitch. It's to give you a chance to experience coaching.
That's a one-on-one session?
It's a one-on-one, me and you, 2 hours, and we're going to go deep. I'll explain more of the process, and you're going to see if you like me. I'm going to see if I like you. I'll tell you right now, there's people I work with. At the end of it, you know what? We're not right for each other.
Okay.
And there's other people that we work together, and we have a really good fit. People don't have to like me. They just have to be able to trust me and know that I'm looking out for their best interest and want to help them move forward.
Like a dad.
In a way.
Well, there's something to be said for that kind of calm leadership energy.
Yeah. You had a calm dad?
No, but I was watching a thing on Mr. Rogers, and it was talking about his calm father-like energy.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not so calm.
Oh, that's awesome. That's your...
Yeah.
Okay, on your website, you call it a transformation clarity session. That's
Yep.
a 2-hour free session.
Yes.
You do those over the phone, in person, whatever the person wants.
Yep. So if they're local, I'll do them in person. Otherwise, I do a lot of stuff over the phone because part of my training is neuro-linguistic programming, which is simply, language, what you use in your mind to code the language that you use in your brain. So it's the, using language to code how you operate. And so if I tune in on a phone call with somebody, I hear what they're saying to themselves more than if I'm like just looking at you. I can just focus in on your words. And when I focus in on your words, I can hear some of the things like limiting beliefs that you're saying to yourself. Some things that you might be saying like, you know what, give me a limiting belief that you have. I've heard a couple today.
Uh-oh.
Just give me one. So
Limiting belief. I'm free. I'm froze, Mark. I'm deer in the
got
headlights.
one?
What do you got? A limiting belief.
you got a limiting belief, Mark? I don't know.
Like what? What are some examples? I'm struggling on what is this?
You know what? Money is hard. It's hard to make money. That would be an
Okay.
example. It's hard to eat healthy.
It's hard to get the podcast to grow.
Yeah, it's hard to get the podcast to grow. That would be a limiting belief. Do you feel that way?
At times.
Yeah. and so,
Last weekend.
and so when you feel that way, what happens? What kind of actions, what kind of energy do you have surrounding it? When you're feeling like, man, this podcast is hard to grow, what kind of energy do you have around it?
Negative. I just blame Molly and Mark.
Well, that's obvious already to me,
Yeah.
Tom.
Molly, why didn't this party turn out better?
Yeah.
He just gets super focused on trying to think of new things and new ways to.
All right. And so you're frustrated and you're thinking about new ways to make it better under the energy of frustration then during that period. Is that true?
We literally had a conversation. We were like, all right, what are we going to do next year? How are we going to make this better? And I'm like, let's let it
See,
rest
I'm
for a
already
few years.
positive
But
and-
you were already thinking of, well, how can I make this bigger?
It still went good. It was online. We had a great show. I mean, there's a lot of
Got great
positive
video.
coming.
Yeah.
So right there, you switched your thoughts around, which made you feel better and didn't feel like quitting, right?
No, we're doing it again.
Yeah. So
It's like, we're doing it again.
Mark holds my feet to the earth. He grounds me a lot, and sometimes I need that.
I'm like Tom's pimp.
He's
Your
the
shoes are fine.
that's awesome.
So
Yeah, but that's a lot of what you're doing. I'm listening for those limiting beliefs. I'm listening for when people are talking negatively to themselves, saying things that they're aren't going to move them forward. And then when we can get behind that, and sometimes when I just reflect and say words back to them that they're saying to themselves, sometimes people are just like, "Holy shit, I can't believe I said that."
wow.
So that's
So
part
you can
of the process.
detect like people's words and stuff really well and find the underlying meaning.
A lot of times I can hear what they're saying, and there's patterns that people speak, and then I can call them out on their bullshit.
So you would be really good at finding out if it's a prostitute or a cop.
You just ask them. They have to tell you the truth if you ask them.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Perfect. How do you know this?
That's a
Mark was
a
single for a while.
misconception. They do not have to tell you if they are undercover.
Oh, okay.
Oh, all right.
Really? You knew?
I've seen
know
that on
way too
TV
much.
100 times.
Yeah,
So.
that's good. That's good.
Stevie.
So what's the most common complaint or problem that people come with?
Oh man, I'd say relationships is a huge one. People's relationships with each other, with their family, with their loved one.
Okay.
Running
It's not money. I would have guessed money.
money is right there, but usually money is second to relationships.
Wow.
We all butt heads with family or lovers' quarrels. I
There'll
have
be-
them too. It's not just you two.
We all have that.
Ours are on Facebook Live. You don't have private at home.
But yeah, money is a big one. But I'm going to tell you, a lot of people that come to me aren't necessarily like, I'm not going to say they're broken trying to be fixed. In fact, I'm going to tell you, most people that want coaching are not broken trying to be fixed. They're people that are already doing, like a lot of my clients are so good at what they do. It's like they just are bored with it. And they're like, I'm so good at this. I'm bored. I want to be better. I know there's more in me. How can I be better? How can I take it to the next level? Those are the people I really, really dig into.
They already took the first step.
Yeah, they're like 10 steps. They're like living a life that most people can't even imagine living, and they want to take it to another level.
Do you ever get people who are recommended to you and you have to sell them on the idea of having a life coach?
I get recommendations all the time, and my sales pitch is simple. You want to move forward? If I can help you uncover something in that 2 hours, and you like what I do and who I am, you want to move forward, here's what I do, and this is what I cost. And most of the time, those people that are doing that, if they're ready to take a step forward, they want it.
Okay.
So, and they end up with some good results, that come from it. So
you have a 90-day program on your website.
yeah.
How do you get that done in 90 days without like an 80s montage music going in the background?
Because you're the best.
How do you know I don't have an 80s montage music in the background?
Oh. But 90 days, that seems pretty quick to... Is it like a complete life transformation, or do you just retweak a couple wires to get people thinking differently?
You know what? It depends on what the person needs.
Okay.
Sometimes people that I work with, I'll give you an example of one woman. She said that working with me helped cure her stinking thinking. Stinking thinking. And now you might think, well, that's pretty silly. I should be able to change my stinking thinking on my own. Mm-hmm. But when you work with somebody and you can help them change how they think as a first step, you can change all areas of their life. You can help them change their career. You can help them change their family dynamic. You can help them change their money mindset. You can help them change, where they're going with their career. And so all that can just start as a beginning process of just helping people start to think differently.
Okay.
So just more positive thinking.
See, I hate positive thinking.
There we go.
I freaking hate positive thinking. And
Accentuate the positive.
like, did you ever see the movie The Secret?
No.
Okay, so it's your homework now. You're going to have to watch The
All right.
Secret. So you can find it usually on Netflix still.
Perfect.
And The Secret
Movies
is...
with Mark. We do have a Movies with Mark section.
Well, there we go. And then you're going to review it. Because
Yes.
The Secret, a lot of people love The Secret. And it's all about, how you can attract everything in your world. Like, think about it and have this positive thinking mindset, and then it'll just appear. I want $1 million, and it'll just
My
appear.
vision board.
Yeah, all that stuff. And I just don't believe in that bullshit.
Okay.
I believe that positive thinking is one thing. You have a choice. You can either think positively or you can think negatively. That's fine. What I'm talking about is you can't just sit and do nothing, take no action, and say, we're going to have the best podcast in the world in 12 months.
Right.
We're going to be the best podcast in the world in 12 months. That's positive thinking BS right there. Mm-hmm. What we can do is we can have the quality of thoughts. Like, we could sit down and we can For an example, let's just say today you guys got shut down because, there was
Fire code violation.
fire code. Perfect. Thank you.
Yep.
I was going way worse than that. So thank you for saving me.
We may have unplugged a smoke detector because it was beeping.
Yeah, so you have and it shuts you down. And you're like, this really sucks. Well, what you can do in that situation is find a quality thought now to move you forward. You could get mad about it. You could be like, we got to find a new place to rent. And you could get frustrated and struggle and possibly even quit. And then I would take this chair because it looks amazing. Or, you can have a new quality thought.
You're going to have to bear fight Mark for that chair.
I can tell. That thing's been used, man. Or you can have a new thought that starts with a quality thought saying, okay, this is bad, but what's good's going to come out of this? What can we find? What can happen because this place is shut down? Can we find a place that's air conditioned so our guests aren't sweating?
It's actually cooler than our previous studio.
That's very nice. So you just find a new quality thought that can move you forward versus moving you backward. You did that naturally a few minutes ago when you were talking about your event last time. Mm-hmm. He said, he got positive and started thinking about the future. Well, that's what it takes. Did that move you forward or did it take you backwards?
Move me forward.
It moved you forward.
Yeah.
So if you didn't have that naturally built into you, can you see what an advantage that kind of a mindset would be to a person that is a stinking thinker?
Yeah.
So
awesome. All right, we got some more questions here. You touched on this, but the healthy eating habits I wanted to kind of touch on. Is that a huge part of your, attack on somebody's crap life? Like
attack.
Attack on
Well, if people can see me, and you might be able to see a little bit, I've got plenty of extra weight on me.
Mm-hmm.
So healthy living and being like this perfect fit person, that's not reality for the majority of the world.
No.
But that doesn't mean that we can't do some things right to help our body. And so, yes, there are certain things with everybody that I go through. One of them might be simply reducing stress. If you can help somebody reduce stress, you're going to help 75 to 80% of the issues that they got going on with their health just by reducing stress.
Yeah, that's
the second thing is getting them to drink more water, which a lot of people, for whatever reason, hate drinking water.
It doesn't taste like anything.
Yeah. And so if you can get people those two things, I can improve your health just with those two simple things.
All three
so
of
we
them
do
are
talk
drinking
about
water,
that.
and I'm the one drinking beer. I'm the one getting actively dehydrated.
And just so, for the record, I do also offer a health program specifically for people that want to do health. And it is it's not, everybody wants to know, if I'm going to do a health coaching program, what foods am I going to eat? It's never about the food.
Okay.
It's always about taking care of yourself. It's the stress. It's all that other stuff. And so it's not just about what we eat when it's trying to be healthy. And then the other thing is, and you could probably have fun with this, I never cleansed before in my life. Did you guys ever cleanse?
Uh-oh. I got a big thing on cleanse. I'm against cleanses here.
You're against cleansing?
Yeah.
I enjoy a good bowel movement, but I wouldn't call that cleansing.
So neither of you have cleansed. Molly? No. Why are you against it?
Because your body cleanses itself. I mean, I'm against the fad cleanses where you have to change to an unhealthy diet if you just stopped did a healthy diet for 14 days, your natural organs are going to take care of everything they need to on their own. But, if you limit protein, then now you're actually malnourishing yourself. That's not a cleanse. Or if you just switch to all liquid diet or something, that's not good. I'm against that because you have a liver, you have a bladder, you have kidneys, you have skin, you have sweat, everything. It will take care of itself. Just eliminate nicotine, alcohol, caffeine. That is a natural cleanse, but not these, I have to take these pills or I have to stop eating
these
something.
Juice regimens or whatever they are.
I don't like, that's the cleanse I'm against.
Okay.
So
and that's not what I do.
Okay.
I do an elimination cleanse, and I would offer to you guys, and I think you should actually, your listeners and viewers should challenge you to do a 14-day cleanse. It's an elimination. I know you're laughing.
If we get enough likes, we'll do a cleanse live on air.
but literally what it does is you get rid of chemicals, gluten, sugar from your diet, and you get to eat you get to eat proteins and you get to eat food. You're never going to go hungry on my cleanse.
Yeah.
But when you eliminate those things, it will blow your mind at things that you didn't even know were making you feel certain ways, and how different you feel in certain areas of your life. Energy, when you get tired at night, how your body is,
It kind of sounds like your cleanse is masked under just taking care of yourself for 14 days.
You know?
in a way, but
Yeah.
you could take care of yourself and you're still going to have chemicals in your food. Like as an example, people think they're eating healthy by eating strawberries, right? We got Strawberry Fest around here. Is that correct?
Yep.
So Strawberry Fest, everybody's like, oh, strawberries are good for you. They're one of the highest chemical foods that you can possibly put in your body. And so if you're going to buy foods, there's some fruits that you're eating that you think you're doing good, and they're full of toxicity.
Yeah.
So like if you're going to buy strawberries, buy organic strawberries because of all the pesticides and herbicides. So when you do the cleanse with me, I'm going to have you do organic foods. We're going to do foods without chemicals, and you're going to see a difference in your body. I promise
Oh,
you.
we could get into a whole chemical thing with me because I'm kind of for chemicals a little bit.
All right?
Yeah, well, on the podcast, we've had the discussion in the past about like the growing Earth population, and we won't be able to feed everybody with organic food. It's just not efficient enough.
Yeah.
So we need these fertilizers and these pesticides.
Because
Otherwise,
if you have one bad crop year and you don't know why,
yeah.
how many people die because you didn't, I know the chemicals are bad for you, but I'd rather miss a few games of bridge than starve to death this winter.
Sure.
that
I won't argue with you on that.
Yeah.
I would just challenge you to try and see what
Try it.
happens when you eliminate these things from your diet for 14 days and see what you feel like.
Yeah.
I was against it. I mean,
Yeah.
there's even an enema in there. I'm like,
Hello.
I'm like, hell no. But when you put yourself through it and you do it and you follow through with some of that stuff, you know what? You feel pretty damn good. So, yeah, you can say whatever you want now.
Mark, you just put your butt in this glory butthole here.
Yeah.
I'm going to put something in it and you're going to feel good.
How many likes for you to have an enema live on camera?
I think that is a great idea.
Tom got his nipple pierced on the show.
Oh, that's
'cause there
why we
were
keep
enough
doing
likes.
that.
Yeah.
Oh,
We got enough
ouch.
likes. And, ooh, that hurt.
I bet. Is
hurt.
it still pierced?
Yeah, it's still there.
Yeah. Molly's like, yeah.
No, I can't. He's so sensitive. I can't. I still haven't even.
No, it's
You won't even let me
better.
touch it.
There's no touching in the swimsuit area, Molly.
You won't let me touch it.
Well, when Molly and I, let's just
Oh,
say,
it still hurts.
Canoodle.
fall to the temptations of the flesh, her collarbone rests right on my nipple piercing. And when I got her in the bear hug,
Woman, get the swing.
it's just a bad location. I'm like, okay, we're getting your collarbones removed.
Your collarbones.
I'm not taking this nipple right now. You get rid of those collarbones.
That's perfect.
So, all right, 14-day reset cleanse. It kind of convinced me a little bit. I just think it's...
Well, I'm all for eating healthier. I think that's one thing Americans do terribly is just
Awful.
eating garbage.
Yeah.
Well, what about that enema that gets rid of the good bacteria? Because I know you, on your website, you have probiotics in there.
Yep. So when you're done and you're getting rid of the enemas, cleansing you out, you're going to be putting all that good stuff right back in. You're taking your supplements throughout it. I believe in probiotics. I don't know where you're at.
Eat your yogurt.
No, I do, but the best way to get those is to eat a healthy person's poop.
But are you eating healthy?
I eat somewhat healthy.
Somewhat. So you can sit and you can talk about all the bad chemicals and all that stuff, but you can do the research and you can see that these chemicals are causing a lot of issues in our world.
I believe it.
And so, you look at farmers. I think farmers have the highest rate of Parkinson's of anybody. And you think about that, they're the ones dealing with the herbicides and the pesticides and all that stuff. And so, that's not something you want either. You can be a person that's still alive. You got Parkinson's and you can't sit still. Those people, it's absolute terror for them.
Yeah, when you have a different option to not do it.
To not do it. And so all I'm encouraging people to do is, you check out the cleanse, because I offer a coaching session through it, in which really
I'm going to need
needed
coaching
it.
through the
You
cleanse.
do, and I did too.
And the enema.
and you go through it and you see what you feel like, which is what is possible to feel like.
I'll coach
it's
you
pretty
through
damn
that
good.
enema. Close your eyes and think of me.
Bite on this.
You guys, the straws aren't like the size of a garden hose. Okay, it's more like an eyedropper. You're okay.
That's all they give you?
Yeah, it's just like, it's a bottle with an eyedropper end.
Oh,
Sounds high pressure.
Yeah.
yeah, they stomp on the
Come
bottle.
on, you got to give them the little sound.
We'll give you one
There
of
you
them.
go. High pressure, that was good.
High pressure. That is a high pressure situation.
That's a whole nother topic, that whole high pressure and enema thing. No.
All right. After you work with someone, how long do you remain in contact with them?
A lot of times I'll continue working with people.
Okay.
Or they'll take a little short break and work on some of the things that we've done, and then they'll come back and move forward. I just finished up a 90-day client right now, and she loved what's happened with her business. And so now we talked yesterday, and she's going to continue on a every other week program, do a 6-month program, because she liked she liked having somebody call her out on what she wasn't doing in her business, helping her stay accountable to it, and then being able to move forward. And she's taken some really big steps in her business.
So this is kind of a hard question to phrase, but a lot of these people who have an unhealthy lifestyle they have unhealthy lifestyle friends.
Yeah.
So they
Enablers.
don't have a support system. So is that where it's good to have a life coach, someone like you, to call them out on their bullshit, because their normal support system is like, dude, let's go get ribs, stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean,
And then they need a guy like you to come in, an outside trusting source, because they don't have that person in their life.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, first of all, the circle of 5. You ever heard that? You become the sum of the 5 people you hang around with most.
Okay.
So look around right now. Do you want to become like these guys, or are you okay with that?
He's gotten a lot better in the
Okay.
last couple
All
of
right.
years. The Tom I met is different from the Tom sitting before you.
All right, good. But it is true that you become the sum of the 5 people. And I'm also going to say that a lot of people that come to me are ready to move on. They're at a different level. They feel maybe almost like they're isolated from the group that they once were in. Maybe they've started losing weight and their friends all want to go party and eat and whatever. And they're like, hey, I'm just not feeling as comfortable as I did in that same group. I'm seeing things that I want different here. And what ends up happening is that feeling of growth and that desire to grow, then they come out and they're like, well, how can I move forward? How can I take these next steps? In the process, a lot of times their friends, if they want to, start to move forward with them. But yes, having somebody like me that sees their blind spots, that holds them accountable, keeps them with some simple basic ideas to do things easily, helps them take some major steps forward. And I can tell you right now, if I take anybody and they just want to improve their health, some simple breathing techniques and getting them to de-stress will improve everybody's health, and you don't even have to change how you're eating right off the bat. I'm not promising you're going to lose 30 pounds, but your health is going to be tremendously better with some real basic breathing techniques.
And everybody loves a quick fix, right?
Oh yeah, I'm all about the quick fix.
Yes, let's start with the breathing. So, do you find people that come back after they hit these like stumbling blocks or reoccurring problems that go, hey, I need you again, maybe a couple of years down the road?
Yeah, and honestly, Tom, I hear you saying like people hitting problems. I'm going to tell you,
okay,
I don't work with people that have problems as much as I have people that are focused on moving forward to the next level. They're like already doing well. They want the next thing. They're like, man, I'm bored, or I've lost 20 pounds. I want to help getting that last 15 off, and I don't know where I'm stuck here. What can I do better now? Or that kind of a thing.
Yeah, explain more on that, because I'm thinking like life problems, and you're thinking more towards achieving more goals.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm on a fixing problem, and stuck in my head. That might be where it might be stuck in other people's heads too.
That might be more where you go to the therapist if you got problems and you want somebody to fix it for you.
Okay.
I'm not here to fix your problems. I'm here to take you from where you are to where you want to go. Exactly. and so a lot of times people feel like where they are and then where they want to be is like this huge gap.
Okay.
Like there's like this huge difference between where they are and where they want to be. The truth is, it's usually something really tiny. Really super tiny that you have to change, and it can change everything. Did you ever see the movie Movies with Mark? Did you ever see the movie Back to the Future, the old movie Back to the Future, the original?
I have heard of it.
Yeah, you've heard of it. Right. So do you remember in the beginning of that movie, I mean, the whole purpose was for Marty to go back, and he was back in 1955 to get his mom and dad to kiss at the movie, right? Mm-hmm. Or at the dance.
Yep.
And throughout that whole thing, he sees his dad. His dad's a complete nerd and a wimp, and he's having all of his issues, right?
Yeah.
But in the beginning of the movie, do you remember when we met the family? They were like middle class. Mom was an alcoholic. Sister wasn't very popular. The brother was working at a fried chicken joint. Remember that? Biff was pushing around the dad. Mm-hmm. Do you remember when they came back after he was back in the future and he got,
Dad was playing tennis. Mom was
yeah,
healthy.
like now Dad's an author and the sister's a picture of popularity and the house is perfect.
And Biff is washing their cars.
Yeah, Biff is washing the car. What changed? What changed? What was a big thing that changed?
Punched Biff.
He punched Biff. He stood up for himself.
Yeah.
So that one little thing, because Mom was already being kissed at the dance, the kids were already alive, but just that one little tiny thing in the timeline continuum changed everything about their future. And so I seriously consider coaching being like Marty was to his dad, like watching him going, holy crap, you're a real wimp. You're not standing up for yourself. Why aren't you standing up for yourself? Equipping him with some of the tools. And then when you're in that moment, when Biff's got you in the arm bar, you can feel your fist clench up, and you're going to knock the idiot out.
Yeah.
And that's what coaching is. It's just being there to help you. So when you're in the moment and you got the choice, you make the right choice to where you want to go rather than where you don't. And then the gap isn't so big anymore.
Okay. Excellent. Well, should we tell people where we can find you and everything?
Sure.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
It's pretty simple.
Pretty simple.
You can find me on my website. It's or actually not info. It's CoachKevinNow.com. CoachKevinNow.com. Or my name, KevinMesserschmidt.com. Either will get you there. If you go to my website and you check it out, if you just want to take advantage of the free 2-hour session, just click the little orange button, and it'll take you to a link, and you can sign up and try me out. See what
All
you
right,
think.
excellent. We will have all that up. I got to get a picture of you soon, put up on our website. And thank you very much for doing this. This is awesome.
Yeah, this has
You
been
guys are
really
kind of funny.
interesting.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
We'll do all right. All right. Kevin Messerschmidt, everybody. Thank you very much. And Mark, do we got any movies with Mark going on? Or let's do the movies with Mark
Well,
topic.
we just posted Solomon Kane, I saw.
Yes.
And just
And then-
last night I watched The Vault. Did you guys get a chance to watch
Yes.
it yet? So we're going to review that today or next time or sometime. We'll drop
Soon.
that pretty soon.
Okay. And do we have any SM anything that we could have a life coach here for us? Very good.
Sorry, now that we're not at my house, I don't have things.
It's
it out.
it's funny when you use the term life coach. I even hate it when I hear it.
Life
but,
coach? You
But
don't-
nobody else, I've tried everything else. Nobody else understands what the heck it is. So if you say life coach.
What are other terms? that you might use?
I've heard, I was thinking transformational coaching. But again, people just don't get it. Everybody knows what a life coach is. so you just say
Transformer.
Transformer. I like that.
Coaches in disguise.
Coach. Optimus Coach Prime. Coaches in disguise. You still remember this?
What?
All right.
All right,
This is our.
Who do you go out of your way to be nice to?
Elderly people. I
That
think.
took a second to think about, shit, who am I nice
Who
to?
am I nice to? My birds.
Not me.
Out of my way.
You're very gentle with
I
the
am
birds.
I'm actually a gentleman in public. When I don't know people, I'm always on my best behavior. If I like you, I mess with you.
Yeah.
If I don't care, I'm
Once
just
you get to
nice.
know him, that's when the real Tom comes out.
Oh, okay. Nice.
So do you go out of your way for anybody special? Or just
I think just going out away. I think you should
general?
try and go out of your way for everybody.
I felt weird holding the door for you downstairs.
Did you?
Yeah.
I felt weird with you doing it too. It was kind of strange.
There was a weird energy that happened. Like, why am I holding the door for?
I
you?
hold the door
Yeah.
for people all the time.
But
Yeah,
other men,
it was kind of weird for
Yeah,
another
well,
man to hold the door for me
but
because I walked in
he is
not
a
knowing
host.
where to go.
He's
I
a
was a
host.
host.
He
You are
was
the
a nice
guest.
host. Yeah, it was
so
nice.
but then
I thought he was just trying to check on my ass.
Oh, that did happen.
Yeah.
Check out my phone. I got 6
That
pictures.
camera's been on the whole time, sir.
Old ladies love me for some reason.
There we
You
go.
too?
Yeah, they just can't.
It must be that older look that you got, like that.
I knew I shouldn't have grew this
distinguished-
beard, and the gray hair
Yeah.
came. First the bald spot, then the gray in the beard. Now I plucked some gray chest hairs. Happened.
Nice.
So
Yeah,
not
I-
nice.
I hold the door off and I hold the door open so often that I will find myself holding my daughter and holding the door open for other people at the same time. It's like, you should be holding this for me, but here we are. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
You're a good guy.
well, it's just, I don't know. I've always been that way. Plus, I work in the service industry, so I'm always like, oh, that guy's got a cane. I got to hold the door for him. Blah, 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 blah.
He works
But
at
that's just
the-
me being professional. I work at a movie theater. So
Oh,
that's just me
cool.
trying to be professional. And it's hard to turn that off because you just train yourself to do it after so long.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
you want some more? Or?
Yeah, let's do another one, and then we can wrap up this this episode here. I don't know if
What food is delicious but a pain to eat?
chicken wings. I take my shirt off at Buffalo Wild Wings to
You
get
should
some of them.
see him eat chicken wings.
Yeah.
I think we should see him eat chicken wings next week, maybe.
Yeah.
We haven't made chicken wings in a while. We did that, was that a year or two ago?
Yeah, I believe so.
When he's done with them, it looks like they've been out in the desert for a week.
Yeah, I really suck the bone till it turns gray. That can be your ringtone for me. Suck the bone till it turns gray. Oh, Tom's calling. I don't get into like the crab legs and
A
everything. that
lobster?
people-
None of
No.
that?
What about ribs?
Ribs I tear up. yeah, the hand finger foods with the sauce is really good. Weakness for me.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the kid in me, but yeah, meat with a bone just seems like such a pain in the ass.
I
Like
love
my
it.
dad loves it. He'll buy a whole like chicken and just want to pick at it all night. And I'm just
Ooh, I
like,
like
I
it.
want a McNugget. I just want to.
So what type of chicken wings can we eat on your cleanse?
Well, actually, if you had organic chicken,
Okay.
and you want meat, go ahead. Just don't put the sauces on.
Is there a lot of spicy food in this cleanse?
You can use regular spices in it
Okay.
and season your food up.
So I can hit it with some jalapeno or whatever, some cayenne.
Yeah, you can do stuff like that. You just can't use, try and keep it lower on the sodium and that kind of a thing.
Can I have a big old jug of blue cheese?
That you cannot serve.
And that you should not.
You're going to be getting rid of the dairy for those 14 days.
Oh, no, I don't really do dairy either. I stopped drinking milk
I go through
Really?
about a gallon of milk a
about
week.
6 years ago.
You'll be shocked at how many things have dairy that you might not pay attention to, though.
I just stopped milk, and that was basically, who should drink milk? Baby cows. Why are we drinking another species milk? That's weird. Because if I handed you a glass of dog milk, you would look at me like I'm crazy, but if I give you cow milk, then I'm normal. It's just odd
I'd try
thinking to me.
Yeah.
I tried dog milk.
Would you try whale milk?
You
Sure,
did or
yeah.
you
I
would?
would. I
You
would.
would?
I was like,
You
whoa.
had
I
milk from
drank
other
breast-
species.
I drank breast milk on there. I drank human milk.
It was that Molly's,
Not from the tap.
Molly's cousin's wife was nursing at the
I
time.
wasn't tapping it.
So she
Yeah.
went off and she
How did your-
procured.
How did your cousin feel about
He was
your
gagging.
husband?
He was there.
So she was cranked about it. She was like, "Oh my gosh, you're actually gonna try it!" And my cousin almost puked.
Oh, jeez.
It was a shot glass. I just,
I don't know why does he not
was uncomfortable.
has
He
he not
doesn't.
tried his
No.
wife's milk?
No,
Well, because when you're preparing the bottle, do
he
you have
flat
kids?
out said that he
Yeah.
would
Yeah,
not.
you might taste the milk or whatever just to make sure it's not.
because you can't contain yourself?
No, just I taste everything I
Oh,
give to my
honey.
kid. What if it happens to be a bad batch of baby food or whatever? So I just do a little bit of everything that I try and then I feed it to her.
I can't wait till you have another
You're a
kid.
good dad.
Yeah, and this is all going out the window, all these steps.
Is this your
It's-
first?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's the fir-
All right, so the
first one.
second it'll be like, screw that.
Yeah,
Screw this, you're eating it.
yeah.
But Daddy, it's moldy and smells. I don't care.
Your sister's alive. This is how we did it.
That's great.
All right, let's do one more. We got one more?
Sure, let me poke around here and find a good one.
You said one more on the last one.
One more? We got one more, and then I wrap it up. I found some reeds, so
I think
can do some
oranges are
reads.
too much trouble.
All right, what old person things do you do?
when I buy batteries, and I'm
What, do you
taking
check
your
for
battery.
dates?
No.
This one's good till 2024.
Sometimes I'll run into a sale where you get like 100 batteries for $10 somewhere, and I find myself just going to every remote, every place that needs new batteries, and I feel so cool that everything is charged in my house.
That is really anal.
Isn't that weird?
So you have a stockpile of batteries?
Yeah. Well, Molly used to work at Home Depot, and their Black Friday battery sale, I think it was $9.99, and you got 2 60-packs of batteries.
Can you get us some 9 volts for those smoke detectors outside?
I don't work there anymore.
So, other old man things I do. I don't know, Mark. You're the old man of the podcast.
I enjoy prunes.
Really?
Yeah, they're good.
You're going to cleanse real well, buddy.
You do more old man things than
I do a ton of old man things. I just can't think of any off the top of my head.
Yeah, I
But
should've
yes,
had
I
them.
shake my fist in rage at the kids. Things like that.
the hooligans.
Get off my lawn.
Yeah, dude, I had prune juice. I came in from basketball practice, and it was Welch's, and it looks just like the grape juice, and I went to chug out of the bottle.
Do you normally chug grape juice?
Yes, I do. I was so thirsty. And I got about 3 swallows in before I realized it was prune juice, and it all came up into the sink.
You couldn't just commit to it and choke it down?
No,
But
my
but
brain.
He drank the cousin's
Breast milk.
Yeah, that's no problem. He'll
Oh,
do
this
that
is
without
good.
that.
Let's
All
have more.
We'll get jacked about that.
Yeah.
No prune juice.
No prune juice. So, all right. Well, thank you very much, Kevin, for stopping by.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Thanks, everybody, on Facebook Live. So let's do some of our reads for our sponsors. We're sponsored. This is where we met at a luncheon at Coldwell Banker Home Sale Realty. If you're looking to buy... Damn it. I had it all set up. Are you going to buy a home? You want to sell a home? You want a career in real estate?
Do you want a job helping people do something really nerve-wracking for them? Because buying a home is a stressful experience. You can help people shepherd them through it.
then call Coldwell Banker Wholesale Realty. You can get a hold of Roy, who's an awesome guy.
Roy is incredible.
Yep, Roy at cbhsr.com, or give him a call anytime, day or night. He loves night, middle of the night. 414-235-0763. They'd love to be your go-to for all your real estate needs. Check out our Patreon page. We talked about that earlier. Molly is all over that. And you like our show? Like it on Facebook. Oh, we should have went over this at the beginning. I was not prepared. Vote for us at www.podcastawards.com under the comedy section. You can vote till the end of July for the People's Choice Award.
Yep, I think you have to enter your email, make a profile real quick or whatever, and then you can go ahead and vote.
They don't
for
use
stuff.
it for anything. So, and if you're going to shop on Amazon, check out our Amazon link at our website. And we got the Audible stuff that's really not going, so we may be getting rid of the
Well, that's a
Audible.
pay-for-play kind of thing where we get nothing until someone actually does a free trial, and then we get a taste of the ad.
But now that we got iTunes, I don't want to keep our webpage all bogged down with advertising stuff.
Yeah.
So we're kind of, some may come, some may go. You know, just build a good squad.
Sure.
Of a
The
few
ones that work.
Yeah. So, all right, Mark, where can they find us?
Yeah, that's
Let's do that.
We
We got to get back into the flow of how we used to. We used to do this a lot smoother, and now we've been gone for almost a month.
So also, Tom changed all of our websites because it apparently makes more sense for everything to be the same.
Oh, yes.
So that's great for helping people find us. But
wonderful
it
idea.
becomes super boring for me to read.
Oh.
So I have to mix it up. I got to keep it fresh because we are Off the Rails with Tom and Mark, and you can find us on Twitter at Off the Rails TM, on Facebook at facebook.com/Off the Rails TM, Instagram at
You could say
Off
all
the
these
Rails
at the
TM.
same time.
No,
and
because
then-
they're slightly different.
No, they're not.
They have different prefixes. Some have at, some have backslash. Our website, offtherailstm.com. Email, offtherailstm@gmail.com. My favorite email address, though, is asktom anything414@gmail.com. Send in all your questions
Oh,
to
we
that
didn't
one.
have a question from you. That's all right. Next
bonus
time.
material.
It's hard to come on
We
the
are
spot.
on SoundCloud, YouTube, Stitcher, iTunes, all your favorite podcast hosting sites. See our website for even more information.
And thank you again, Kevin Messerschmidt.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, give another quick read. Where can we find you? At Coach.
CoachKevinNow.com.
There
Or
we go.
you can call me on my cell phone anytime you want.
Yep, and you get a 2-hour free session. So thank you very much.
Yeah.
And remember, universe, we're not good enough.
Turn that AC back up.
Oh, so how'd that go?